Solskjaer made it 8 from 8 when Manchester United visited Arsenal and knocked them out of the FA Cup. What does it take for him to get the job, Gary?
Just keep winning. I mean, he's doing absolutely everything
How
right.
many more? How many more does he have to win?
It's a long way. If he wins the European Champions League, he stays. But he's playing attacking. Well, anything short of that, and if Pochettino's available, I think they're going to want to go for him. But he's playing these three up front. And when he pulled off Alexis Sanchez and Lukaku, he put two more attackers on, Martial and Rashford, as if to say, you can come at us, but we're going to come back at you because that's how we play football. And ends up winning. It's positive. He believes in the players. That's how they want to play.
Why, Gary, do you bring up Poch's name? Why?
Because
you're telling me right now, our philosophy when I played for Man United was exactly what Solskjaer is playing right now. We don't need to change the philosophy and being tactically. This is who we are.
But Pochettino's been building teams and doing great stuff with the players he's got. He's got so much more knowledge that I think if he's available, he's a lot safer bet. But
you tell me
if
he makes the top 4, 3 or 4, and
we're ahead of Arsenal anyway.
And he gets past PSG without Neymar and Verratti. That could be. You don't think Solskjaer deserves to stay there?
I mean, suddenly that's changed a lot, that tie, hasn't it? Manchester United again't PSG.
And Neymar is a doubt for that tie as well, so you never know.
And Verratti.
Yeah, Verratti also. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm so disturbed after what happened with Arsenal. But if we're talking specifically about Manchester United, I mean, Solskjaer, it's not just he's changed. The whole attitude of the team has changed. They're playing more aggressive. Pogba is scoring more goals. I mean, we got rid of Alexis Sanchez. I still don't know why we did that dumb. Arsenal.
Gotcha.
I'm Arsenal fan. Yeah. So I'm still upset about that. But I mean, he's, to me, especially if they get past PSG, because they're not going to win Champions League. Sorry, Gary. They'll get to quarterfinals and they'll be out.
Tough one is the next 3 weeks building to Man United, because he's played the 11 guys pretty much every game now for 8 games. And yes, they are in a row. And I was there as a coach, and I looked at LP with other eyes and said, Carlos, you think, yeah, coach, we're on a run, we're doing great. But I said, well, I'm concerned about injuries, because they're playing a lot of games. They're squeezing out results, obviously. They're feeling good.
Squeezing? We won 3-1. We murdered them. No, but I mean, squeezing a result.
What I mean is, in terms of squeezing an orange, the energy it takes, the mental and physical, I'm afraid that in 2 or 3 weeks, he might end up as Tottenham, that 2 or 3 big players might end up with injuries.
We spoke so much about Paul Pogba when they were losing games under Jose Mourinho, when he was being scapegoated by the manager. I think it's unfair not to talk about Paul Pogba now that they're actually winning games and on this incredible win streak under Solskjaer. You look at the difference in how he's allowed to express himself right now. Look, up and down that squad, there aren't many players at Manchester United who can break through lines the way that Paul Pogba does, both with his dribbles, taking players on, and with his clever passing, those little chip balls, put the strikers in good positions. And I think once they freed him up and allowed him to express himself, I think it has as much to do with spraying Mourinho disinfectant spray all over Old Trafford as it does with Solskjaer bringing sort of a fresh approach and unleashing some of these young players who want to play a more energetic, fast-paced, attacking style of play.
Less is more. Solskjaer, the things that I read from players is he simplifies the game. And Pogba can't play in a tactical, with Mourinho tough, you got to draw 5 yards. No, you're right, unleash him, and he's been unbelievable.
What is there to suggest that it's not a honeymoon period, though, right now?
Well, we've played 2 tough matches, Spurs and Arsenal away, which they're not easy. But I think the PSG, that's taking it up to the level. And United are one of the 3 biggest teams in the world. They have to be competing with Real Madrid and Barcelona, which means, and Juventus, they have to be semi-finals, finals of European Champions League. If they beat PSG and we start to head in that direction, I'll say now we're talking. But PSG
is that the real expectation this season, given today? Is that the real expectation to make the semi-finals of the Champions League?
6 weeks ago.
No, I don't know if there's an expectation. It's more like a hope. But top 4, a good run in this FA Cup would be fantastic. And if we can at least get some out of PSG, I think we'd be very happy.
That deep squad, too. United have a deep team. That helps their
Well, this is going to link to our next topic, because elsewhere, Spurs have missed out on the League Cup final, losing out to Chelsea on penalties. Mauricio Pochettino's squad have also been hit by a spate of injuries to some key players. We know that he's not been given the investment in his squad that the other top 6 sides have. Is it time for him to move on?
Yes. Emphatically, yes. He has reached his limit, the maximum potential with Spurs when it comes to the money, when it comes to the player development. They're going to sell Eriksson. Who knows who else they'll sell over the summer? And Spurs will be a mid-table team. He should go while he's on top, while he is at his highest in terms of his reputation. I think he should go.
Can't disagree more with you, George.
Okay.
This is an
This is the show for it.
an unbelievable project still. There's young players there. When that stadium gets built and money comes in there, this team can compete.
But they're stingy.
You know what?
It's a selling club. It's like Lyon. They sell.
It's a selling club that can sustain because of the talent they're bringing through, absolutely. And this one-off game, by the way, when 5 of the best players didn't start, okay, to lose in penalties, Caribou Cup? Who cares about the Caribou Cup, dude? And you want to get smashed?
Semi-final.
You want to get smashed at Wembley at home? Against
What other
City?
trophy?
I tell you what,
What other
George,
trophy is
without
Spurs
Kane,
really
without
gonna
Ali,
contend
without
for?
Son?
I'm on your side.
Okay,
Yeah.
talk to me.
I actually agree
I've got to
with
say
George.
one thing. I'm a Middlesbrough fan. We've won one cup in our whole history, and it was the League Cup. So I
Exactly.
But George, here's the thing about, and I agree with you 100% in the situation, that Spurs have never been. A little bit like Arsenal. Spurs have never, no, I said it's harsh because you
won the
have one.
Premier
You have
League
one. Spurs never
Invincibles.
win things. So it's a situation where you look at it and think, well, they will sell their big players. They will make it difficult for Pochettino, who I think is a fantastic manager. I agree with you. I think it's time that he says, if I can go to a big club, just take United, for example. I've got unlimited funds. I've got one of the biggest clubs in the world. I've got a platform to go out and take on the might of a Barcelona or a Real Madrid. How do you turn down that
Or
opportunity?
if he goes to Real Madrid.
Because the stadium will help. The stadium will get him revenue, and he might go to the board and say, you know what, that stadium gets built, what date? I want X amount. If not, I'm going.
But the
And
Premier
then
League
he
is the
should.
richest league in the world. They got plenty of money. They should have plenty of money.
Incredibly-
Between selling Bale and Modric and all these people, he should have plenty of money
It's
to build a
a little
decent
bit like
squad.
the
and
Real
they do it.
Madrid
They have
syndrome
it.
right now. What's his name? Perez. The stadium is more important for him right now than investing in Galactico. So that happens once in a while, Georgie.
Any managerial job in the Premiership is going to be high stress. It's going to be very demanding. It's going to be high pressure as well. But I think it'll be significantly less for Pochettino if he stays than if he does go. Because if he goes, it's going to be to a European giant. It's going to be to a club that expects to win their league title, to compete for a Champions League. Teams like Real Madrid, who are going to need a manager in the summer more than likely, unless Solari pulls off an incredible magic trick the rest of the way. And so I think that's what Pochettino has to balance out, whether he's happy and comfortable where he is, where they are competitive, even if not necessarily winning silver, where they are competitive and meeting the expectations that are put out for the club, which I think we can say about Spurs, or going somewhere where he can fall well short of that and end up in a nightmare scenario.
Don't you want to
point.
be a great? Don't you want to say, I can be an Alex Ferguson, or I can be a Zidane, or I can be a Pep Guardiola? You're not going to do it at Spurs,
true.
so
Not
got
gonna
to
do
go
it.
for it.
I know, but maybe he's smarter than Terry Henry was. Maybe he knows his limitation, and maybe he doesn't want to go what Dre just said.
We're on the same
This
page
is a
today, you
great
and
project. He loves it. He's doing well.
Got to go.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Go,
Yeah.
George.
Yeah,
No,
I'm with you. Yeah.
Jorginho.
Okay, now before we do head to a short pause, we'd like to extend our thoughts to the family and friends of Emiliano Sala and send our love to Nantes and Cardiff, the staff, the players and the fans at this difficult time.